Once in a blue moon. That's a phrase that we use to identify that an event doesn't happen very often. Once in a blue moon doesn't mean the moon is going to appear blue. What it means is there is a second full moon happening in the same calendar month. Sunday, May 31st, 2026 is our next blue moon. So we're experiencing this month 2 full moons in the calendar month. I'd like to flow through a moon salute with you. This is a variation. There are various moon salutes, and this is the one particular variation that I like to practice. I will walk through, we'll keep building the flow, and then we will do a full moon salute, both right and left. I am going to be facing the camera, and you can either follow along with my directional words when I say step off your mat to the right. You can go right, or you can just follow along with me. When I step off my mat on the right, it'll be your left, just because we're not mirroring each other. So whichever way suits you, that's how we can go ahead and do this moon salute together. But we'll bring our feet parallel, roll your shoulders back and down, and press your palms together and bring them to heart center. We'll begin our yoga practice with a deep breath in and a long sigh out the mouth. A second time, breathe in and out the mouth. Your next 2 breaths will be in through the nose and out through your nose. Breathe in and out. To begin the practice, breathe in and lift your arms. Press the fingertips together and bring your elbows wide. On your exhale, arc your back and lift your heart to the sky. Inhale, lift up. And on your exhale, draw your right elbow down towards the earth. And then inhale, back up. And exhale, draw your left elbow down towards the earth. Inhale, pull your arms up. And exhale, draw your hands to heart center. That's the first portion of the sequence. Let's do that together again. Inhale, lift. Exhale, arc the back. Inhale, lift. Exhale, pull your hands to the right. Let your elbow grow heavy. Inhale, draw up. And exhale, draw to the left. Adding on to this sequence, inhale up. On your exhale, step your right foot off your mat, bend your knees, and sit down into Goddess Pose. Goddess Pose has both feet flat on the ground, toes are a little bit wider than your heels, elbows are out in a cactus shape. On your next inhale, lift yourself up into Star. So let's step back onto our mat, pull your hands back down to heart center, and we'll work with that stepping off into Goddess Pose one more time. Your arms are lifted, and you step off your mat, exhale, step down, pull the elbows down, shoulder height, palms are facing the front, and knees are bent. After that, we lift up into Star, and turn to your right. As you gaze to the right, you'll turn your toes, so left toes are going to be curled under in the back, right toes are facing the side, and you pull your knee down. Then you're going to inhale, lift your arms up, and exhale, arc your back again, pulling the elbows down into a Goddess Pose elbow or Cactus Pose elbow, and lift. Exhale, pull your hands down, curl your back toes under. Inhale, lift. Exhale, sit down into the shape that we call Skandasana. Now in Skandasana, you can have your heel pressed down, or if it makes you feel more balanced, set your whole foot down. You can be bent deeply into your knee and sitting on your calf. You can draw your hands to heart center and balance, or some other variations is, if your knee doesn't want to bend that far, you can come down to Skandasana with your knee bent like that. Hands can remain at heart center. All right, we're going to step back in. We're going to take that sequence again. So as we lift our arms, we exhale, step off into Goddess, sit down. Inhale, reach your arms up, star. Exhale, turn to the right, lowering your back knee down. And inhale, lift your arms to crane. When you lift, then you exhale, cactus your elbows, lift your heart. Inhale, bring the hands back up and your gaze out to the right. And then exhale, pulls your hands down to the earth. We curl the back toes under, lift up, and sit down into Skandasana. You can keep your hands on the earth or draw them to heart center. We'll spend an extra round of breath here. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Place your hands on the earth. Inhale, lift yourself up into straddle fold, and exhale. Sink down into Skandasana, this time on the left side. And again, we'll spend an extra round of breath here. Breathing in and out. Breathe in and out. Bring your hands to the earth. Inhale, lift yourself up. Turn this time to the left, lowering your back knee down to the earth. And then as you inhale, lift your arms to crane. Exhale, cactus the elbows and lift your heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, pull your hands down. On your inhale, lift up off the knee. Exhale, pull into this straddle fold. Let's go ahead and take a look at that part of the sequence again. We're going to pick up at our crane pose to the right. So we're here on our left knee. Right knee is right over the heel, and we lift our arms up to the sky. That's an inhale. When you reach up and lift up, then you'll pull your elbows down, arcing your heart upward on your exhale. Inhale, pulls the arm back up and the gaze forward, and the exhale pulls your hand down to the earth. Inhale, we'll curl the toes under and lift the back knee off the mat, and your exhale lands you in your variation of Skandasana. We spend that extra round of breath here, challenging it's a challenging pose, and it allows us to settle in. And then when we're ready, we inhale, lift up off of that right calf, and exhale, sink down onto the left calf. Again, you can draw your hands to your heart. You can keep your hands as part of your balancing tools and grounding tools for this shape. As we're ready, we're going to inhale, lift up away from the earth again. Our exhale turns us to the left, lowering the back knee down. And once again, we're going to inhale, lifting up into our beautiful crane pose, and exhale, arcing and lifting our heart. Inhale, lift your hands high, gaze forward, and exhale, pull your hands down. Inhale, lifting your back knee up off the earth. Exhale into your straddle fold. To continue on here, we're going to add on. Bring your hands back underneath your head and inhale, half lift. Exhale, pull your heels in and sink your seat down. And inhale, goddess pose. Breathe in and out. Inhale, up into star. Exhale, step back to the center of your mat and draw your hands back down to heart center, Samastatihi. And that was the moon salute sequence going to the right. A complete moon salute sequence starts, moves everything initially to the right, and then the reflection is on the left. And then to complete the second half of your moon salute, we start everything off to the left and let the reflection of each asana show up on the right. So we're going to do this moon salute off to the left. I'm not going to break it down by the sequence like I did on the right. We'll just flow on through this left side. All right, hands at heart center. Draw your breath in through your nose and out your mouth. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. We're going to take 2 more breaths in and then out the nose. Breathe in out your nose. Next inhale, lifts the arm, tent the fingers, and exhale, arc the heart high. Inhale up to the sky. Exhale, bow to the left, sinking your left elbow. Inhale up, and then lower to the right. Right elbow sinks. Inhale, step up or lift up. Exhale, step off to the left, sink down into goddess pose. Inhale, back up into star. Exhale, we'll turn to the left, lowering your right knee. Inhale, lift your arms to praying, and exhale, arc the heart high. Inhale, draw the arms up and the gaze forward. Exhale, pull your hands down to the earth. Inhale, lift your right knee. Exhale, sit down into Skandasana. Hands at heart are on the earth. An extra round of breath. Breathe in and out. Inhale, exhale. Release your hands. Inhale, lift. Exhale, sink down into Skandasana on the right. Breathe in. Exhale. Breathe out. Breathe in and out. Here we go. Hands to the earth. Inhale, lift and turn to the right. Exhale, lower your knee. Inhale, rise, crane. Exhale, arc your back, lift your heart. Inhale, rise back into crane. Exhale, pull your hands down to the earth. Inhale, lift up into straddle. Exhale, fold into straddle. Hands under your head. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, pull your heels in and sit your seat down. Inhale, goddess pose. Exhale, sit here for a moment. Inhale, star. Exhale, step your left foot back in and draw your hands to heart center. Samastatahi. Namaste. Draw in through your nose and out. Moon salute. Lift your arms. Tent your fingers and arc your back. Draw yourself high and bring your right elbow down. Come back up and crescent moon left. Inhale back high. Exhale, step off right. Sink down into goddess pose. Inhale into star and turn to the right. Lower your back knee down and inhale, lift crane. Exhale, arc your heart and inhale, lift again. Exhale your hands down to the earth. Curl your toes under. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, sit into Skandasana. Breathe in and out. Inhale, lift yourself up and away from your right calf. And exhale, sink down into Skandasana left. Breathe in and out. Inhale, lift up away from the earth. And exhale, land your right knee down. Inhale, lift up, crane. Exhale, arc your heart. Inhale, lift your hands and let your gaze be straight. Exhale your hands down to the earth. Inhale, lift away. Exhale, full straddle fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, draw your heels in and sink your tailbone. Inhale into goddess pose. And exhale. Inhale up into star. Step back to the center of your mat. Samastatahi. Exhale. Inhale right back up. And exhale. Lift up high. This time we'll salute starting left side first. And come on up. Exhale into crescent moon right. Inhale high. Exhale, step off your mat left. Sit down, goddess pose. Inhale, back up into star. And exhale, turn to the left, drawing your right knee down. Inhale, crane. Exhale, arch. Inhale, crane. Exhale, pull your hands down. Inhale, lift your back knee. And exhale, settle into Skandasana. Breathe in and out. Hands to the earth. Inhale, up. Exhale, sit down, right side. Breathe in and out. Inhale, lift yourself and set your left knee down on your exhale. Inhale, pull your arms up. And exhale, arc your heart. Inhale, draw the arms high and look forward. Exhale, pull your hands down to the earth. Inhale, lift yourself away from the earth. And exhale into a full straddle fold. Hands under your head for an inhale, half lift. Exhale, pull your heels in and sink your seat down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, goddess pose. Inhale into star. And exhale, step back onto your mat. Hands release to heart center. Thank you for joining me on your mat for Moon Salute. Namaste.